that most randomizers disable adding their rewards to the shuffled item pool. Can you see where this is going? I accidentally left them toggled. And what do we get for his defeat? Could be a Scoutfly. Once you complete a game, all the items you haven't collected yet will automatically get collected. We also need to free all the 4 sages, and we're halfway there. So we are definitely within reach of finishing each of our games. And I probably should... I was not expecting the bird to fly that far.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I'm an idiot. And you know, that mysterious ticking sound makes me believe that this will not last forever. We're probably going to have to go back to Metroid Prime. Alright. Well, I'm kind of hoping one of the progression checks is in somewhere quick, like the Chozo ruins or this root cave, because I don't really want to have to go through the sunken space pirate frigate if I don't have to. Honestly, if I can get ground pound for Jak, that would get me access to so many more checks. And I know roll jump will also get me access to a few more. So, I mean, there could also be a Kingdom Hearts 2 progression check, but realistically, there's not a whole lot of places left for me to go in that game. Still don't know what Green Eco Pill does. The only thing I can assume is that it instantly gives full health or something. Now that we have the super missile, we can get... Oh, if I can aim, we can get the check that's in this tree. Which is a non-essential check. So we'll pick that up when we enter back into this room, but we're going to loop around. Now that we have the grapple beam, we can get to... you'll see. Now that we have the grapple beam, we can cross this room. And there is also a check behind this wall that's power bombable. Alright, not a progression check. Then I also believe there's a check here? Yes. Alright, Scoutfly. Honestly, if collecting all the Scoutflies gets me a progression check, I'll take it. Now that we have super missiles, we can really breeze through these Chozo ghosts. Since apparently they are immune to normal missiles, but not the super missile. And, well, I wanted to see what this was. Thunder. Well, not important, not helpful at all, but I'll take it.
Open sesame!
Alright, and now we are back out in this main area. So, after we grab this missile expansion, I'll turn around and grab... I don't even remember what was in that tree, but it wasn't an essential check, so... I have to re-break the tree. Alright. Oh, that money pouch. That does not help me whatsoever. I need to get a better controller. Well, time to do it, but again. Okay. Another non-progression check. Oh, there's a check back in the sun chamber that we can get now that I have super missile. Oh. Guess I'm turning around. I will say, I am kind of glad that they force you to have the super missile before you can go get this extra check in the sun chamber, because you have to fight a bunch of Chozo ghosts, and without the super missile, it's a lot more tedious. That could be a progression check. It could also be a scout fly, which might lead to a progression check. Should have known. I know that there are 2 or 3 checks in the Magmore Caverns that I can go get. And then there are definitely checks in the Frindrana Drifts. That was close. I almost had to do that all over again, and that would have made me slightly upset.
Why the fuck you lying?
And now that we have the grapple beam, we can go ahead and collect the check at the top of this room. I tried to be fancy and speedrun, and I now have to climb all the way back up there. At least I fell towards the bottom. Hopefully that counts for my failed the first 2 times, succeed on the 3rd streak I've had going these past few games.
2,000 years later.
Alright, finally. All that for a scout fly. Let's go.
What?
I might have to hop back into Jak and Daxter just to collect the scout fly checks and see what they are. Well, I guess I could guess where the power conduits are.
12 seconds later.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'll just go to Randomizer Drifts. Alright, and I know I said I'm not sure if I'll be able to fight this boss, but now that we have the grapple beam, I can at the very least collect the check in this room over here. So the check wasn't worth it, but there are other places here in the Randomizer Drifts that we can go. I missed the grapple beam point. I saw it, but I had already jumped and committed to the second point. Man, it sucks being an idiot, huh? So, I know I said I need 2 more proofs, but the winner's proof is not actually one of those 2 proofs. It is a Keyblade that you get when you collect the Proof of Peace. Normally in the vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2. I say that, but it wasn't in the original Kingdom Hearts 2, it was only in the final mix version. Oh, I'm glad Goofy can defend himself now. That's great. Reach! Aw. I thought I fell off there. I was going to be very disappointed, mostly in myself. Did I ever think to scan the check down here? My guess is maybe, because it was a scout fly. So I don't need to come back to this room at all. That's pretty cool. Alright, and with the super missile, we can get this check.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Well, we already have roll jump, so with that, we can get access to an area that I can think of. That is a Keyblade, so not a progression check. Well, I guess my only option is to go ahead and see if I can beat that one boss here in the Vendrana Drifts without the thermal visor. Alright, the moment of truth. curious. Will the power bomb work? It most certainly will. Oh man, that works a little too good. Well, I guess when I'm out of power bombs, I can try super missiles? Alright, well, Powerbomb didn't do enough damage to fully break that section of his armor, but it did do enough to expose it so I could target it. Are you summoning a rave? Oh. Oh, I can't even see you in the X-ray visor. Barely see you in the X-ray visor. Okay, last time he did that, he was kind of immune to. Alright, I guess he wasn't actually immune, I just wasn't as close to him as I thought. Well, I only have one power bomb left, but I could get more from breaking the rocks he throws at me. But since he's also losing body parts quite rapidly, I might have less I would have to guess and target against. It would appear that it is guessing time. Okay, I hit something. I saw a glimmer of blue. Would you care to drop any power bombs? That's a no. Oh Lord. Well, at least I can lock onto him. And I guess today I learned you can technically beat him without the thermal visor. It's just a lot more annoying. Rude. Okay, so not a progression item. However, this will be extremely useful for the final boss, so I will take it. So I guess I am going to just completely guess where those 3 hidden power nodes are in that Magmor Caverns check. That way, I know for sure I've gotten everything in this game, and I don't have to come back until I acquire all the artifacts to beat the game. That also means I'm going to spend a lot of time shooting randomly at walls until I either get all 3, or I get so annoyed I just look it up online. Oh, I got one. Are they all just to the left of the channels? Well, I did it, so now I can get this final check. And it was a non-progression item. It was a health trap. This guy is gonna go ahead and take me to Jak and Daxter. Before I closed this game and went into Jak and Daxter, I double-checked the world map just to make sure I didn't actually miss any checks. And there are 3 in the sunken pirate ship. And I don't have the thermal visor, but I guess I can just do the same thing I did here and just shoot the wave beam blindly until I hit everything I need to. Alright, well, time to play the guessing game. Alright, this is the first... Oh. You know, that suspicious looking grate I should have known. Now, this is the room that's going to be a pain. Oh, maybe I just have to look for these grates. Alright, well, enjoy this fast forwarding of me attempting to find all of them without the thermal visor. Alright, I completely missed this earlier, but firing blindly worked. There are 4. Every other door I have encountered, there have been either 1 or 3. So, why they gotta have 4, man? There it is. Walked right by it. Well, hopefully that's the last one of these.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
It's not. There is one directly in the room next to it. This isn't... It just looks so suspicious. Oh, maybe it was, and I just didn't hear the ding. Alright, it just didn't make a ding. One directly in the room. See, this one only needs 3. I guess the one in the room before needed 2, so it wasn't 1 or 3. But why did that room need 2? They were right next to each other. I already got that one. Did I pass it on my way up here? Before I saw the first one? Yes. Okay. Well... We're making it through the crashed space pirate frigate. And this is exactly why I didn't want to come here unless I had the thermal visor. But I guess the randomizer... I'm sure if I went to Jak and Daxter right now, I would find it, like, immediately. But I don't want to go into Jak and Daxter, find it, then have to come back here through the space pirate crashed frigate. So I'm just gonna collect... It's down below. I'm just gonna go ahead and collect every... I knew there were a lot of doors that required power. I didn't think there were this many. But, yeah, I would rather slog through Metroid Prime without the thermal visor, since it is technically possible, than go into Jak and Daxter, find the thermal visor, and then end up having to come back here anyway. That is a progression check. And that is our third ice cream in Kingdom Hearts 2, which unlocks a lot of checks. So we can always go... There's one more. We can always go there if Jak and Daxter doesn't pan out. I might just go to Kingdom Hearts 2 before Jak and Daxter, because there are a lot of checks in Twilight Town 3, which is what the third ice cream gets you. I thought I checked that center pillar. I really did.
No.
Not another one. There's a check like 10 feet away. Fine. I'll do it. You know, thank goodness this is a little bit of an older game, because if this was a modern game that wanted you to use the thermal visor to find those, it basically would have been impossible to... They would not have made the grades like their own texture like that. They would have made them stand in so much more. Alright, and the last check was not worth it. But now we have everything in Metroid Prime, so we don't have to come back here until it's time to fight the final boss and beat Metroid Prime. Alright, back in Kingdom Hearts, but before we head into Twilight Town 3, I wanted to show that this is one of the 3 proofs, the proof of connection, but the winner's proof that we got earlier is a Keyblade. So it's not actually one of the 3 proofs we need. A little confusing, but you know, that's just how the naming scheme in Kingdom Hearts goes. And now for one of the coolest moments in the game, fighting alongside Mitchell Moose. You know, if I wasn't so over-leveled from having to level up Final Form earlier, this wouldn't be going by so quickly and would be a little cooler. So, I never really thought about this before, but Sky Sugar Ice Cream, definitely a name I could see being realistic. Sea Salt Ice Cream is an actual thing, I'm fairly certain. But Liver Pepper Ice Cream? What the fuck? And now we get to touch the beam. Mickey really wants to touch that beam. That or he really wants to see Goofy do it. So, we only have access to a few more checks for completing this world, and so far, the only things we've gotten that are important are freeing the Green Sage and power cells. Maybe we got enough power cells to go down the lava tube, but if we didn't, we're just gonna have to wander in Jak and Daxter until we find a progression item of some sort. That is why I love Magnet Burst and Combo Master.
Yeah. It's over. This is it. No, you're not.
Well, after that quick little jaunt completing Twilight Town 3, guess we're heading on over to Jak and Daxter. Alright, we're back in Jak and Daxter, and we already immediately have gotten some checks for scout flies. Did we open the lurker fort? No, we did not. But we can now roll jump, so we can head back towards the very first hub area and grab the 2 precursor. I'm not sure if I actually have enough precursor orbs to grab both of them. Well, we'll find out when we get there. Maybe there are enough precursor orbs on the way over here?
Who will wait for your gift?
Well, that did a whole lot of nothing. I need 8 more precursor orbs. Come on. Hit me. Hit me.
Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Oh! Well, that's too closer to the 120 we need. But I believe with our extra move... Oh. I was gonna say, with our extra movement, there are probably areas we could get to that we couldn't before, but... we can just grab these. While we're here, I may as well grab all of these. If that blue eco vent was open, I could get a decent number more checks. I could also finish the Forbidden Jungle. So, where does that leave me? So I realized that my next 2 checks I can get are in the Spider Cave, but for the sake of the length of the video and anyone with arachnophobia, I will just skip to collecting those checks because I don't believe there are any spiders in those areas. Oh, we can get this scout fly and whatever's in that box. Hopefully now that we have roll jump. So close, yet so far. Alright. Well, I did find a different yellow eco vent that saves me a little bit of time, so hopefully on this run back I can get it. That was entirely a skill issue on my part. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I just realized in making the trek back after failing to be good at the video game that I never actually grabbed that second check from the Oracle back in Sandover Village.
Shit.
Luckily for you viewers, I can cut the video, but I can't speedrun time.
2,000 years later.
Well, I wasn't aiming for the scout fly box, but I'll take it. I'm not gonna be able to make it to that. I'm gonna have to wait this one out.
You have proven yourself.
Alright, there we go. Alright, another non-progression check. Alright, well, time to cut to the next roll jump accessible item I could think of. This is going to be a painful search for the next progression check. Alright. That's not a progression check. I completely forgot to get this check from the Pelican. Hopefully it wasn't an important progression check. Okay. It was not an important progression check, so I feel slightly better. Oh, now that I have roll jump, I could probably reach that blue eco check in time. Alright, that was considered close enough. Another Keyblade, so not a progression check.
Good luck, boys.
So, I did see a blue eco orb or clump, but I'm gonna see if there's any more hidden in any of these crates. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make a mad dash once I grab it to either the scout fly box or I don't actually know if I can grab that and then reach the scout fly box right there or the blue eco cache over there. Oh, I see. I bet those buttons raise up those platforms so I can grab the blue eco and reach that cache. Please reach! I was so close! Maybe it can be done. Well, to get back up there faster.
Helicopter, helicopter!
Somehow I don't think that's how that was supposed to... Yeah, that's just not how that was supposed to.
Failure!
Okay, maybe if I didn't spin jump, I would have been able to make it. Oh, I made it! Please be a good progression check. Hopefully there's something else in here that, I can nab. No, you know what? It's alright. I might be able to use roll jump to access that scout fly box right there. Not even close to needing to getting the required number of power cells for lava tube. Okay, you know what? That is completely doable. I just need to not mess up. Idea, maybe I can break that scout fly box from underneath. Okay, I tried to grab the one blue eco down below, but it looks like that is not an option. I went way too fast! Sonic would be disappointed in me. Oh, okay, I got it. Jump dive! Oh my gosh! I can... I have access to quite literally almost every check I've been missing up to this point. Time to jump dive to victory. You know, I know these are supposed to be somewhat challenging. Scout flies and precursor orb power cells, I mean, to grab, but after having to finagle my way to various eco caches and scout fly boxes without being able to break them with jump dive, why do I even start talking? Ooh, a scout fly box. And I do know that there is a scout fly box back here, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Alright, power cell, that was worth it. I don't think I need precursor orbs for any more checks. I believe I've grabbed all of them. All the checks requiring me to pay various people. I couldn't think of anything that included both the Oracle statue and the actual people you pay the precursor orbs to. I'm still going to collect them because, you know, being 8 short from that one check didn't feel great. It also doesn't feel great whenever I miss that basic jump every single time. So I guess the randomizer expected me to be able to grab that scout fly box, which is crazy considering it was not that easy to grab those 2 blue eco clumps, finagle my way over here. Unless there is another method of breaking scout fly boxes that I am unaware of. But you know, I'm just glad I finally have jump dive, is all I'm gonna say. Alright, you don't need to rub it in. I keep thinking I'll have enough height to just jump without grabbing, but that is not the case. I deserve this. Okay, there we go. And now I can finally push this button. It's crazy that I'm still missing 2 moves this late into the archipelago run. Ooh, that was a close one. And another Keyblade. I'm still missing a Scout Fly box here. Although something tells me that missing Precursor or Power Cell is in that platform back there. Oh, there's the missing Scout Fly box. That activated a lot faster than I was expecting. Okay, MP haste, nice. Yep, that was the last power cell. Okay, so that's everything for the Lost Precursor City. So now we get to go collect the missing Scout Fly boxes. I hope I can find a way to actually get that power cell without double jump, because it's looking a little sketchy. So close, yet so far. What? Let me up! Let me up! Ah, so close. You know, I'm actually a little surprised that this is the first time that I haven't been able to reach a jump because I did not have double jump. I've been kind of able to finagle and finesse everything else with crouch jump and then eventually roll jump. Okay, yeah, I am not going to be able to make that, so... Guess I'll have to come back when I have double jump. Proudfang, that is another progression check for Kingdom Hearts 2. Unfortunately, that's Pride Lands 2, which does not have a ton of checks. But they could have the very checks we need. Okay, Beast Claw, another progression check. I may have actually been able to reach that Scout Fly box with the blue eco clumps over there on that island. Trinity Limit would have been very nice to have earlier. And I'm missing a Scout Fly box. Is it over by the Oracle? Yes, it is. Normally, when I do these archipelago runs, I'm not actively trying for a complete 100% collect every check before fighting the final boss. But that's what it's feeling like it's going to end up being. I mean, I did 100% all the checks in Metroid Prime before fighting the final boss, so... That's one of the 3 games I've had to do that for.
Nice.
Alright, that's all the Scout Fly boxes on Misty Island. I finally found it! Punch! I don't remember breaking this Scout Fly box, but I guess all that answers my question. Oh, jeez. Where am I? Okay, mirror trap, kinda cool. And by kinda, I mean very cool. Much better than the despair trap. Alright, another Keyblade. That's actually a very nice ability. So I am quite pleased with that. Unknown Disc gets us access to a whole singular check in Kingdom Hearts 2. But that's better than nothing. And we are done with the Sentinel Beach. Oh, that was jarring. Now, I don't really want to come back here and grab these Scout Fly boxes until I have the Blue Eagle vent unlocked. But I'm not entirely sure what those checks in Kingdom Hearts 2 are going to get me, so I might as well play it safe. I'm about to hear a jolly old man. Oh my god, is he dead? Oh. It's so weird. I had to spend most of this playthrough solely relying on the spin kick to damage enemies, and now having punch, it just feels wrong to use. And since we now have roll jump, I don't have to worry about leaving this Scout Fly box, so that way I can high jump up there, or crouch jump. Ooh, Snowy Fort Gate. Alright. Well, looks like I can collect everything else here. Oh, wow. 3 separate Blue Eco caches. That's 3 different checks. There are a lot more checks in this fort than I expected. I assumed that this wasn't the only way up, but turns out I was wrong. Oh, that could have been bad. Nice. Okay, I really don't think Jak should have been able to grab onto that there, but I'm not gonna complain. How did you end up facing this way? Well, it's a good thing I activated that shortcut. Oh, I guess it's a good thing I fell, because there's an area up here with the Scout Fly box. Alright, that was a very good find. we only need one more power cell, and then we can progress through the lava tube. That's cool. Oh, I wonder if with Punch now I can reach that power cell that was just chilling on top of the Lost Precursor City, loading whatever you want to call it. And now he is actually facing the right way. So, that's neat. And I believe this is the last power cell here. So that would be, yep, all the Scout Fly boxes. So I believe we have to head on over to Kingdom Hearts 2 and see what those world checks. Oh, I'm going to attempt this one or two more times before I head on over to Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright, that seems significantly more doable with the Punch Uppercut. I will attempt this. Oh, nice! Alright, you know, let's go do the lava tube since we have enough power cells. Alright, lava tube time. Ooh, shooting time. And now onto Gall and Maya's Citadel. Man, these things remind me of pizza. Artifact of Chozo. That's right! Gall and Maya's Citadel had one of the final artifacts for Metroid Prime.
Wear the face of despair.
I have already seen, or rather heard, the face of despair. I don't need you doing it again. And we got an archipelago item, which gives us Scout Fly.